And we are back. Oh no. We're back
No.
again.
Ready to get right into it then?
Yes. Now that we're back for realsies, um, I'm ready.
Okay. So I think we get the. I think we hear the sound of like a wheeled vehicle moving across rocky terrain. You hear the clunks and the pops of gravel under the wheels. Um, we hear the shaking of like iron on the chassis as the suspension struggles to keep up with the terrain. Um, Shale,
Mm-hmm.
you and Jim are sitting next to each other in the front of this basically flatbed work truck. You guys are going to an off-world outpost to drop off some dangerous cargo. You haven't really been told what it is. You were just said, "Hey, it's biological. Take it there."
Okay.
Um, your contact is a hunter that works out of this outpost. Uh, Yolandi? Is that how you say
Yolandi.
it? Yolandi.
Yep.
You're to meet her, exchange the goods, and then return post haste. Um, so, is there any conversation at all between the two of you? Have you guys like done assignments like this in the past?
Between
Is
who and
there
who? Sorry.
uh, uh, Shale and Jim?
Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Jim.
J.
Jim.
J. Not J. J.
J.
J.
Jim. Okay.
Should I pick a different name?
No.
No, I'm just giving
Okay.
you a hard time.
Look, it took
I'm just
3 episodes for you to get Naylee's name correct on Longfall, so
yeah, and I still mess it up sometimes.
it's true.
So, Jim, is there any conversation at all, or is it just we're doing this? This is business. Don't talk.
Is this something we do normally?
Um, Transporting supplies and like agricultural goods,
Yeah.
not unheard of.
I'm with Shale right now, right?
Yeah, you're in the front. You're in the front seat. One of you is driving. One of you
Shale.
is
Shale, why do you have a bad feeling about this trip?
perfect.
Um.
I can always leave it to Eric to go all firebrands on me. Don't be GM.
I don't think they usually tell us it's dangerous if it's actually dangerous. This time they told us, and that's weird.
Right, like you guys.
Ooh.
It's not that you don't ever transport dangerous goods. It's just you don't realize they're dangerous goods until they get
They've
there.
never said it was dangerous.
Yes, they
until
don't tell
now.
us, but they told us
You've-
this time.
You've transported
Ooh.
like mining explosives and like high caliber ammunition to take down the mega grazers or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm
Like-
assuming that means like this is super dangerous.
This is like the deal.
It's not regular dangerous, it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
Cool.
So maybe
Yeah.
ask them like, what do you think? What do you think's back there?
Well, I don't know. I think I disagree with your premise, and and this is why. And I'm not. I'm not saying you're not right. Like I don't know. Like my character doesn't know who's right here, but
Yeah.
but I think that the gems like. Do you think? I think they just slipped up. I think they know that they. I don't know. I don't think that they. And this is like my character. Like I don't think they meant anything by it. But did they though? No, they couldn't have. What? I think you're reading too much into it. This is gonna be fine.
Perfect.
I mean, I hope so.
It's a milk run.
Yeah. Hey, we're just delivering parts of baby food, eh?
Maybe radioactive death milk.
So that's probably about the time that the truck pulls up to the station. It's like a metal like angular structure because weather here is bonkers all the time. It goes from freezing rain to 100-mile-an-hour winds to scorching heat in the course of a few hours, right?
Mhm.
So all the buildings are like low to the ground, and most of them are underground, and it's like sunk in. So basically, this metal pimple on the stone face of this planet. What do we see? What do we see when they pull up, Yolandi?
So Yolandi is a kind of small woman. Even though she's probably 25 now, she's still like she's still not very large. Like she's small and lithe, but like she's got compact muscles. She's I picture she's got like a hunting lodge or something, where she meets with people, where she can like tan hides and
Yeah,
like
yeah. You totally have like an external structure like that.
yeah. Like I figure, I don't know, maybe this is where like the landmark to meet me is.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, and she's wearing for some reason, I'm picturing like bright white, very reflective clothing that is designed to like dazzle and confuse predators. Like it's the sun will catch it, and even though they'll know right where she is, they don't want to look there. You know what I mean?
It's like yeah. You don't make them think that you're. It's not that they don't think. It's not that they think you're prey. It's like they're like that's like something weird. I don't want to mess with that.
Exactly. It's meant as it's not camouflage. She's not disguised.
You have been.
It's kind of like bright colors signal poisonous, kind of taking advantage of that reflex.
So you're just giant. You're dressed up like a giant poison dart frog.
Basically.
So you've been given very specific orders. You've been told that 2 individuals will arrive here in a truck at this time to this location. They're going to be carrying a dangerous cargo. Your instruction is receive said dangerous cargo, send them into the base for relief, dispose of cargo.
Dispose of in what way?
Dispose of as in kill.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's normal.
That's not new for you. Occasionally, like the biolabs will make something that's kind of a mistake.
And then they just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And ever since shamans started popping up, it's gotten more and more common that hunters would have to do this. Not necessarily to shamans, but to things that shamans made by accident.
Right. Okay. So yeah, she has. Have you made this particular run before and met up with Yolandi specifically, or is this the first time you are meeting her? And your answers can be different for both Jem and Shale.
This is definitely the first time you've ever been given this order to pick up this type of cargo from them. But whether you guys have met before is up to the individual player.
Specifically pick up dangerous cargo from these people, but I may have seen them around the base or taken other cargo or...
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may know me by reputation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have a reputation for, Jem?
I'm the person who makes things grow. Like
I
never lose crops.
You're like the best agriculturalist.
Except that one time, but we don't talk about that time.
We don't talk about that time. No.
So yeah, we get the like shot in the background, and there's like a herd of these city block sized quadrupedal like turtle like creatures like munching on like large trees. They're just like standing in redwood type trees and just taking bites out of them, right? Just not caring. And we see the vehicle pull up, and then we see like just briefly over Yolandi's shoulder, we see like a vaguely like spiral sort of shape. It's almost like a distortion on the camera, and if you like blinked, you would miss it, and then it disappears.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh.
so yeah, you guys pull up.
Also, I was gonna steal the name. We're just gonna call it Ben, or no, Bob. Yes, that's it, Bob, because Bob's the worst and the best
Bob.
name for everything.
You just name it Bob. Is this like what you called it when you were a child and you just never thought of anything different?
Yeah, and I think
Were you just like 3 years old and you just saw this thing and you're like, I'm gonna call you Bob?
Yeah, and I think it wasn't like we weren't bound until later.
Cool.
So yeah, so she sees the two of you and she's like, "Hey, Grow Boy, you got something for me there? Scary?" To Jem.
Yeah, and of course,
You get
well,
called Grow Boy all the time by the hunters. I'm not sure how you feel about it.
well, I kind of just go with it. I'm not one for I ride the waves. I don't make them.
Okay.
And
That fits very well with
Right.
nature.
yeah, that's exactly. So I'm kind of
I'll take care of this, don't
oh
worry.
hey there. Yep, it should all be here. I say in a kind of like exasperated tone.
Yeah, all this stuff that I don't know what it is. I was just told to move it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
No, not you. I'm asking in character.
Okay.
Of course.
Can I ask you a question? If someone told you a mission was going to be dangerous, when they normally don't tell you things are going to be dangerous, what do you think about that? Is that weird?
Well, most of my missions are dangerous, so I guess I ain't used to hearing it, so yeah, maybe.
Told you.
Do you know what you got back there?
I give you a really mean side eye.
I say told you, but it's not like
Not you to Shale, but to Shale. Yeah. Right?
Like,
Like,
it's not like a
Not like it told you so, dummy. It's just
'Cause,
like,
like,
yeah. Duh.
because I can like see everything. I kind of lost my sense of humor. It's just kind of totally deadpan, just like told you.
yeah. I imagine like you say told you as you're sipping from like a coffee from a thermos or something like that. Just like
Yeah.
very just nonchalant.
So
Yeah.
has Shale met Yolandi before at all, or no? I don't remember. I don't think you answered that question.
I don't think so, and I don't think he would really care.
Okay.
You are just but a blip in the time-space continuum. Why do you matter to me?
Wow.
People-
Ouch.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
So yeah, I think she kind of laughs at Ezra told you to Jem, and she turns to Shale's like, looks him up and down. I figure he's probably taller than she is because she's pretty short, and she's like, "I don't like your friend, Crow Boy."
I look over and say, well, I'm not sure you would say friend, but their name's Shale. They're good people.
I'm just gonna like
Right.
I'm just gonna like deadpan looking at them both as they talk back and forth. Just like
What I've
ship
got
them
from
off.
here,
You just
so
have
you all
dead
can
eyes. You've just seen too much.
you can head down to the base. Been here before. You need a hand.
Shale, something's telling you should stay.
City boys like you ain't got no sense of direction.
So just like, okay, where do we make the drop off?
Like, you guys are here. You just hand her the keys and she'll do her job.
Then I just like have my
Yep.
keys out, flip it, and then just like toss it her way, like just like
She catches it just without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So do you guys like head into the base? Do you linger for a
She
moment?
assumes that you're gonna head to the base, and she heads around to the back, but she's not paying attention to you guys anymore.
I think I like shake my coffee cup or whatever liquid was in my cup, and you can like kind of hear it. It's low, so I'm just like,
Mhm.
I just follow and assume that there's going to be like maybe it's just water because like maybe water is.
Maybe it's just water,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Is
follow
there a
around
bathroom over there? Like,
Yeah, there's totally like
yeah,
a bath.
okay, yeah. All
There's
right.
totally like a
That's-
bathroom in the tent somewhere. Yeah.
the drive was so long. I gotta take a leak. So,
Mhm.
and yep.
So
Cool.
Yolandi,
So we'll stick around
so,
the base.
So I'm hearing that Yolandi's the only one opening around the back when she opens the door. We're gonna cut away. We're gonna cut away from this scene. Fracta, you have had a hell of like a week at this point. It's been about a week since you had that, awesome rager, but everyone kept dancing
Yeah.
and no one stopped dancing.
So I am imagining, are
What's
like hollow
Well-
computers a thing?
yeah, like there's
For sure.
like hollow computers and stuff.
Yeah. So what I think I'm doing is I'm just like pre-composing all of my stuff. So I have like this like keyboard in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like holographic, and I press the holograms to make the sounds and stuff. So you just hear like these basic piano sounds, like a real earth piano. And then I have like a hollow sequencer in my right hand, and I'm like holding one button, tap the piano in a very specific tempo and order, and then I lift my finger off of that one onto the next one, and then I change, like, it goes from piano
doing,
sounds
like, the recording
to
and all that.
to like crystal icicle sounds, and then there's one that's a drum, and I'm just doing standard music stuff.
Yeah, you're doing that, and I'm assuming you live alone, right? Like you probably have like your own like quarters functionally.
So I kind of want to play a character who's like in an in-group to be different from the one shot we did on Once Upon a Game. So I feel like to make that different, maybe I live with someone.
Yeah. Your roommate is actually definitely a shaman.
Yeah, totally.
Your roommate's name is Les. He, like, when you first moved in with him, it was weird because he would like talk to the walls occasionally, and he'd like stay there. He'd like address all the different walls by name.
Sure, but is he nice though? Is he
He's a great guy. He's just weird, right? He's just odd. So you like, and like talking to him, eventually he was like, "Hey, watch this," and like made some like potted plant like explode or something like that, while he was like high. And that's how he was like, "Yeah, I'm a shaman."
That was a really stressful and good week.
Yeah, it was a really stressful and good week. And he's like sitting next to you now. And normally he's not like in your room when you're doing your shit.
Yeah.
He's just like, yo.
And then I'm like, don't talk because otherwise my computer will pick up on your sound. And then I'm just, yeah. And then I lift my finger off of a key, and then I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so we got to think of how to get out of this situation.
Would I know what situation he's talking about?
I mean, it could be the exploding plotted plant. It could be the talking to the walls. It could be the fact that you made people dance until they had, heart attacks. Like, it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
There are a lot of situations that you guys are in right now.
Totally. So yeah, I should totally just inquire in character and just be like, because I just mumble music to myself as well, because that's how I talk myself through stuff. What you talking about?
The box situation.
What's the box situation?
The box situation. Can't you hear them? They're talking. They're talking. They're saying something's wrong. Well. Okay. Sarah is saying something's wrong. The others are saying something's fine, but I think they're lying. He like points at like the wall with the door on it.
Whoa. Chill. Do you need to eat? I really need to eat. I'm going to make us something.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to get better about eating while I work. And you need to as well. Because I watch you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Sure. And he like goes to like walk to the door and he like can't like figure out how to open it for some reason.
I think I just sit there and watch him.
Yeah, he's just like he's like turning the doorknob and it's just like not working.
He's really like fumbling for many minutes. Then I'm going to like open the door.
It doesn't feel like a long time, but you just like look down at your clock and it's like he's been working at that for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just looking at my clock, watching him.
I look at like the looped section of my composition and I just see like it's supposed to be like a 3-minute song or whatever, and I just see that it's like it's gone to the other side and then looped, and we're like on the first third now, and I'm like, this is not. And then I step up, I dismiss my my music equipment,
keyboard,
my keys and shit, and I put a hand on his back and I say I like kind of. With like a couple of weird fingers to touch someone with, like maybe the index and the ring finger,
because like I feel you're like playing music on his back.
Yeah, I have weird hand posture sometimes, probably because of that.
Yeah, you have like the it falls into the it falls into like positions you hold on your keyboard, like typists.
Yeah, totally.
Because I definitely end up sitting on QWERTY. Right?
Yeah.
Or not QWERTY, like the home row.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not by meaning to.
Yeah. So yeah, my hands are just there. What does he?
He's just like turning the doorknob and it just won't turn. You're like watching it turn, but the door won't open.
So I like flourish.
Also, this door is wooden, and that doesn't make any goddamn sense to you. You're just like, wait, why is this door wooden?
Was it not wooden before?
Oh, absolutely not.
Well,
so then I try the knob.
What was it before?
Well, it was probably like some weird sci-fi plastic or something like that.
Okay, yeah, like plastic metal.
You're just confirming all of my suspicions.
Organic plastics or something.
Yeah, it was like a plant plastic. Totally. So yeah, it's just like it's wood now. And it doesn't work.
So then I tried the knob too.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And so then he like looks at you and he's like, Sarah says we shouldn't freak out when this happens.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And then I poke him in the back with my index finger.
Yolandi opens the door. We like hard cut away. Opens the door, and you see two guys like in the back of like the shipping container, like trying to figure out how to open a fake door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she definitely has like when she walked around the other side of the truck originally, you didn't see that she had this on her, but as she opens it up, she's got like an electro cattle prod that she's like aimed into the truck, and she sees that it's two dudes who may or may not be high, and she's like, God damn it, this is not what I signed up for.
One of
and
them
she
is
slams the door immediately back in their faces.
But it's not like And keep in mind, this wasn't at the door you guys were at. This was like the plasteel door on the back that like fit flush to the wall. Right? So she just like opened up one of the walls, looks in, nope, closes it.
Yeah.
You guys are stuck in the box.
Yeah, and like she sees the two of them over there at the door, and I don't know if you even turn around enough to like see her brandishing like a sparking cattle prod and before she slams the door after profanity.
and then Les looks at you and he's like, yeah, Sarah says that might happen again. Maybe.
So Jim and Shale, I don't know how far away you were from how far away you got by the time she went around and opened the door, but it's not very far. So yeah, like you hear her open up the door, say, "This is not what I signed up for," and slam it shut again. So you can react to that however you want.
Like I just gotta stop and turn around, just like quizzically look. Like, what?
Now I'm looking at you because you were right about like, oh, you right? Is this the danger? You know what I mean? Like now I'm looking at you. Like what are you going to do?
Yeah, she like stalks back over to the two of you. Like you guys stop to look at her, and she just stalks over, like angry stomp, hands on hips, cattle prod sparking, sticking out in front of her.
You're like all of like 5 feet tall. Too,
yeah,
right?
Maybe 5 feet tall. 5 feet tall in her boots.
Yeah.
And she's like, "There's two goddamn boys in there."
Boys?
There might be 20.
I think I look over at Jem like, dangerous. Do you have any ideas?
What do we know about the people who sent us on this mission?
They weren't the normal people. They were like I feel like there was recently like a colonial election almost.
Okay.
Such a thing. There was recently a transition in leadership, and since then stuff like this has become more and more frequent, where people are just given assignments and it's never explained to them what they are.
Okay, well that's
go here,
okay.
Get this thing, move it here, and maybe there have also been like if you wanted to if you racked your brain for a minute, maybe your like conspiracy theory muscles would start flexing, and you're like, oh man, there was like that disappearance like 2 weeks ago with those guys that got lost hunting or whatever.
So here's what,
and there's like stuff like that all over the place, right?
So here's what I'm thinking. We haven't been approached yet with like what kind of sense, what sense can you make of this situation yet, right?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to ask a spirit?
No, because I think I know what the answer is, but I should do. And so I'm gonna tell Shale here. So these people, look, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt when they said it was going to be dangerous because they're new. We thought maybe they'd change a protocol. They didn't know any better, but clearly something's going on. Here's what we're going to say. If there's kids in there, or you said boys, but did you mean kids? Real quick.
She said boys, but then she clarified that they're probably like 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, my character is she.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Well, then she would have said kid. Well.
Anyway, but yes.
I'm not. Well.
I think she would have said kids, but she didn't mean kids. Like when you asked for clarification, did she be like, they're like 20?
I'm not a murderer. So what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to them, hook them up with some food and stuff. And so we're going to come back for them and think of something later. And in the meantime, we just tell the boss and everybody that everything's hunky-dory.
Sounds good.
What do you think? Okay. I like that you say sounds good before I say what do you think.
Yeah.
And okay.
I already knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob.
Anticipating my question.
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can feel Bob's presence, and we see the weird spiral distortion on the camera behind you again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that Yolandi was about to reach out to Bob, but if he's
Bob is just like, yo. And obviously Bob doesn't communicate with actual words. It's more like impressions. You get like the feeling. And I think you get like the feeling that these kids are important. Like you shouldn't hurt them.
Listen, I don't think it's quite that easy. Whatever they were doing, it was whatever the people sent you out for, they're not gonna just let them go. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to go for a little walk in the woods. Go roll along, hit the pee room, and get us back here, girl boy.
Kausa,
Yes.
I'm really sorry, but I genuinely cannot understand you.
It's good. It's perfect. That's exactly the point.
I think it's more not your voice, but it's more maybe the microphone that's muffling it.
It's possible.
And it's
possible.
all I'm hearing is that you're sounding vaguely like Mickey Mouse, and I don't,
right.
I can't, and I hear boy occasionally. I know it's adorable, but then I'm sorry. Like I'm hearing like every third word.
What do I feel like Jim just like blinks
I'm really
a couple
sorry.
times and it's like, what?
Yeah.
I
Mickey Mouse
understand.
and Boomhauer.
If you cannot understand me, I will not do that voice anymore.
No,
But
I was like able to pick up most of it, but I've also gotten used to like listening to you talking as a Zelka.
Izilka is better.
Zelka is easier to understand.
Is
but
less
yes.
high pitch and also faster. I don't know.
Anyway,
without the
Anyway,
Cockney undertone.
basically she said, let them go and just like forget about it.
she said we need to go for a walk in the woods. Jem, you go hit the shitter and then get your ass back here, grow boy.
So good.
Okay. I nod and yeah, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like smirk at Yolani. I'm like, oh boy, that's a good one.
Why did I predict this being a good nickname? So back in weird virtual reality ship prison thing. Yeah, the wall opened up, the wall closed.
There was a weird, fast-talking woman for just a second.
Yeah. And then I think Les like looks at you. Yeah. Sarah says Bob's out. I don't know what that means, Sarah. You're gonna have to be more specific. And he like just starts having a conversation with the wall. He might be high, but he might also be like a genius. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
He might just be a beautiful mindedness right now.
Yeah. I think maybe
He just randomly starts speaking German.
I think maybe in the soundtrack a little bit of like droning buzzing synth music starts up and
Oh, and it like mingles with him like arguing with the wall in German, and it just gets weird.
And that's like also me like ignoring the German.
Ignoring him.
Yeah, because I can't understand German or space German or whatever, and I take
no, it's like actual like German, not like space like pigeon English or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
It's one of those weird camera shots where it's just like really close up on the face, and he's like intently staring and talking German, and then it's like pan to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. And all of this, and like over his shoulder, we can see you working.
No, what I was going to say that I do is I'm standing by the door, and the door is where I take off my shoes normally. So I put one of my like heavier boots back on
Mm-hmm.
that I put on when I go out to do shows,
Mm-hmm.
and I kick the wall. It's just like a futile, I don't know,
Effort.
maybe futile attempt to try to break out of the room.
Do you want to put magic behind this? Because then it won't be futile.
Do we hear this, by the way? We're right inside the truck.
I don't want to put magic into it.
Yeah, you kick it and nothing happens.
And
the
then
only way you're getting out of this door is by magic. Or a
Fucking
key.
shit! Sit on my toe. Ow. All right.
And then he looks over at you and then he speaks German for a second and he blinks a couple times, realizes he's speaking German. It's like, sorry, I don't know when I learned that. Or where, time is weird. Sarah says, don't do that again, it hurt. And then he turns back to the wall and continues arguing in German.
So, I think that's probably enough time to have elapsed.
Yeah, it's probably when you guys opened the door.
Did Jem actually come back after hitting the head?
Yeah, or did you were you like, I'm gonna go talk to Command about this?
No, I wouldn't. I'd be afraid to talk to anyone in charge about this.
Mm-hmm. You guys, you aren't technically supposed to know. So yeah, you head to the you open it again, and there's this woman who's shaking her toe because she stubbed it. Someone's arguing in German with nothing, and there's synth music playing. Why do I feel like this is some of our nightmares?
Alright, you two. I need you to get out of the truck.
And bzz, bzz, cattle prod.
I think I'll talk to what's
Les.
Jim?
Les?
Les is the guy's name.
Yeah, I'll talk to Les in German, just out.
He looks at you and he's like, are you speaking German? Dude.
And there's no, I'm not. Out.
Okay.
In German as well.
Okay.
9.
9. And then he looks at the wall. He looks at the wall, and then in English he's like, "See, Sarah, I told you this was a good idea." And he just walks out. Bye, Sarah. I'll see you in a bit. And walks out and steps down.
I think I'm looking at Yolandi. I'm like, is there another one? They keep on referring to another one.
Bob?
You just hear you get the impression that they are simultaneously not alone, but there are no other people.
Cool. She accepts this. That makes sense. That makes sense to you, Londi. So yeah, does DJ Fracta step out as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Yolandi looks between all of you, is like,
We need to go for a walk up to my camp. Hope you got good shoes on.
I don't, because I only have one really good boot on, and I didn't put the other one on, so I'm just barefoot in the other one. Or no, I have colorful socks.
She looks down at your feet and she sighs and she's like, put your other boot on.
Les looks down at his feet, and you're and he's wearing really nice dress shoes, and he's like, when did I put on Oxfords?
The fuck are Oxfords?
I don't know. I think that's just what these are called. Sarah told me about them. Anyway, where are we going?
Right.
Yeah. I'm excited. That's my normal. It's a nice grueling long hike. Sounds like fun to me. So
yeah. This
I'm
is
ready to
your
go.
day, right?
Yeah. I'm
So, yeah,
okay,
you're
cool. I brought snacks. Let's go.
Yeah.
She turns to Les and Fracta. She's like,
You got names. I'm Yolandi.
Oh, that's a good question. Especially with me. I say.
Unless that's
Am I gonna drop my DJ name?
changes.
Am I just gonna name drop myself? Sure, I'll do that. That's an executive decision I'm making about my character. She just name drops herself. She says, DJ Fracta, you might have heard my music. I imagine you haven't.
There's like quiet. There's like bassy.
It's better that way.
There's like a
Space
bass loop
crickets.
in the background.
I think
Yeah.
I pointed out. I'm like, is that your music?
Right.
Dude, that
yeah.
is.
Yep.
He like looks at you and like in German. He's like, dude, that is his music. Her music.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Then I've heard her music.
Don't get a lot of music out here. Alright, you got your shoes on, let's go.
Wait, real quick. If you like, Les like runs back in there and comes out with the doorknob off the fake door, and he's just like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Right then.
It starts to click in my brain why these people are dangerous.
I feel
So
like I want to show a property of me and Les's relationship, and I'm just staring at him, and I'm just gonna ask, "Are you gonna hold on to that?" Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Like lifts it up to his ear. It's probably for the best.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
yeah, like I think that they start walking, and at some point, like Yolandi puts them on like a trail that's pretty obvious to start off with, and at some point she like kind of fades back, so she's walking next to Les. At which point she like kind of like gestures at the thing and is like, Sarah?
Yeah. He like holds the doorknob up to your like right up to your face. Like, say hi.
Hello there.
She says hi.
Oh, strange.
She's
way-
really sweet.
She like says this out loud, but also directs like the feeling of this to Bob. Like, what a strange way to communicate. Before
She
like
says your friend's weird too, and then she like keeps walking.
yeah. So then they're gonna head out towards the she's gonna head out towards like one of her base camps where she normally hunts out of. Where she's got like a tent and like some supplies set up for staying multiple days, but this is like probably like a 4 to 6 hour walk.
Yeah, it doesn't take as long as normal. You're there in like you're like there in like 30 minutes of walking.
Yeah, I think like she gets there and she like stops and she's like,
And you distinctly remember walking the whole time. Like you walked the entire length of the trail. It just took you 30 minutes.
yeah, like does she have like a timepiece or something that she can see that? Like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
You got, like, a
like
watch or
she's
whatever.
like, that's weird, Bob. It's real weird.
You see like the spiral like shift a little bit.
Hmm.
And it's just, and you just get like the feeling of agreement. And then like Les like walks up to Jim. It's like, hey, Sarah wants me to thank you. I don't know why.
That's really weird.
I know. I don't know why she asked me to do these things. And then he like keeps walking like forward, like he knows where he's going, even though he clearly doesn't, because Yolandi stopped, and at this point he's like walking past her.
Yeah, I think she like stops him from going much further, like hand on shoulder, like nope. Gonna make camp
What?
here. We're gonna make camp here. It's usually just me, but we can make do. Got enough
But there's,
supplies
like-
to last us for a couple days.
There's like buildings and shit right over there.
There
You're
were,
at you're like hunting camp, right?
yeah, but like there shouldn't be buildings and shit over there.
Okay, then when you like look over there are buildings and shit.
The fuck?
What kind of buildings?
Like lean-tos, like assembled from plant matter.
The actual fuck.
I didn't know anyone was up here.
He like listens to the doorknob for a second. He's like, Sarah says we should all. That doesn't make any sense, Sarah. You're gonna have to be more specific.
You don't stay
Everyone
here.
should duck.
Down. I'm down. If someone says like my senses are trained and honed, if someone says duck, I'm gonna duck.
Everyone should duck.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be a little bit slower on the draw, but I'll also duck.
Okay. Does anybody not duck?
I think I'm gonna pull some strings.
You're gonna pull a string of fate.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like wait to see why we're supposed to be ducking and then pull strings.
Yeah, you. Well, I think what you see is you like, hey, like you're like looking over at the like lean-tos, and you see like a flash, and then just hail of gunfire.
Okay.
Would you like to pull the strings and not stay up?
Yep, I'm gonna pull some strings.
Yep. So time gets all wibbity wobbity, and then you're like standing there, and then you're like looking at it, and you can see exactly where the flash come from, and you just dive to the ground.
Well, I'm gonna. If I succeed on this.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for it. You just get it. You use that move and you get it.
Oh, I just get it.
Yeah. If
Cool.
you want a more specific effect, like, you know, the guns are pointing the other way when they go off or something like that, that's a roll.
Yeah.
But if it's specifically, I'm going to change this decision, that's just pulling the strings.
Yeah, I think every single gun jams. Like if there's multiple guns, they all jam and the bolts like lock in and they bend in a weird way.
Okay.
It's like this thing.
Yeah. You distort the guns.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to roll. We're gonna have our first roll of the night. I'm gonna need you to roll change because you're affecting the physical, but not
Properties.
biological. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Makes sense.
4. So a serious complication occurs, or I deal you harm, or give you a condition. Yeah.
That's interesting. Failure is more interesting than success in most cases. So.
Yeah, I think what happens is, like you like look over there and you're like, no, not in my house. And then you don't see like something happens, and then there's just like a split second where you like realize I forgot about the one right next to me. But you're like, wait, there wasn't one right next to me. And then some guy like punches you in the side of the head and knocks you over.
Okay.
No.
So, no.
Well, I went down on the ground, but
Yeah, you're down on the ground, and you look up, and for a second you swear to God you see Shale just get like lit up by gunfire, and then he's not, and then he gets punched in the side of the head.
I'm gonna kick that guy. I'm gonna do that like thing where you're like supporting
You're
supporting
gonna,
yourself
like,
by your
leg sweep.
yeah, like just more like a from the ground mule kick, like right into his gut.
How are you putting magic to this? I can tell you just normally doing it isn't going to
Do it.
very
It's a
much.
game.
Yeah,
It's a
let's
game.
do it.
Do it.
We're gonna put some magic behind it. I
Put some magic behind
wanna
it.
mule kick him into a tree.
Team
Yeah.
Rocket them.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, that's definitely you're defending someone. I think that's I could see an argument for war. I could also see an argument for straight blood.
I mean, I'm better at straight blood, but I'm totally fine with rolling war if that's what you prefer.
I think it's war. This is definitely a silence. You don't have silence on passion. Never mind. So yeah, you just kick him in the butt.
Right in the gut. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
mule kick
what
him.
happens is, and I think the perspective switches again
Okay.
to Jim. So you look up, you swear to God, you see Shale get nailed. Shale doesn't get nailed. Shale gets punched in the face, and then the guy gets like kicked in the sternum,
Ugh.
and then like flies off into like a tree and impales himself.
No, I didn't want to kill. Well, I didn't really want to kill him, but so it goes.
Or
I'm not
I mean,
sad.
If you didn't specifically want to kill him, you don't have to. But
I didn't
If not, you
particularly
can't-
want to kill him, but I didn't necessarily try to not kill him.
then you killed him.
Cat,
I specifically want
seriously.
this guy not to die. You killed him. with a war effect, you just killed him. So yeah, there's like you were like the smack and the cracking of branches. And then like a bunch of like clicks as the guns stop going off.
Seriously, the
And-
fuck was that?
And then like Les like stands up and is like, Sarah says, "Tell him what we are."
Tell us what you are?
No, tell them what all of us are. This doesn't make any sense. I'll just do it. I'm a shaman. And he like stands up and is like
And there's,
waving the doorknob over his head.
There's like a cajillion more shots, right?
No, like there's like one shot and then like nothing, and it like misses him.
Do you trust these guys, Bob?
No. But what other choice do we have?
Damn it. Right. She double checks like the pistol that's like strapped to, in
And it's
in
like a
her
big
back.
game hunting pistol too, so it's
Yeah.
not like
Like a boomstick.
it's not like a dainty thing. It's like a
Yeah,
big
like
fuck off.
she
Big fuck off gun.
she has one of those. She's like she pulls that out. She does it like away from the blinds and whatever. Where she's just like, okay, I still got it. Like she doesn't like pull it out and everything, but she's just like, unhooks the safety and is like, yep, it's strapped to my thigh. Good.
Okay. Jim,
No, Kat,
what are,
seriously, please stop doing
what
that.
are you doing?
So, I mean, I'm gonna actually try to. I'm kind of like, okay. So if it's not clear, I'm kind of already like a pacifist. So like, I feel like I'm gonna just go over and make contact if I can.
Yeah, you stand up. You have like your hands up or whatever.
Yeah, and
right?
I'm gonna be like, they won't do anything to me.
Mhm. So yeah,
I want to be like, yeah, but someone has to go with you. I'll go with you.
Fractus like following.
Oh yeah, sure.
Fractus,
The more
like,
the merrier.
following. Les is like still like standing there like holding the doorknob Simba style.
I think
Let's you're coming with me too.
Yolandi like looks around at all these people and she like is like to Bob, you think we could disappear while they're distracted? Circle around the back. Quiet like.
Les like turns around and is like, Sarah says don't try that, it would be bad. You can if you want to. She's not the boss of you. She's not even technically the boss of me. I just listen to her.
Bob?
He has a point.
She's very upset about this.
But Bob's just like, I don't know what you want me to do. I know what you know.
She's basically like, do you trust this random doorknob over these guys that are firing at us?
And I think I'm going to make your moral decision for you, being kind of deathy and pragmatic and shit, and I'm just going to be like, I saw what you did. You kicked that dude into a fucking tree, and I'm like looking at the drip drop.
Yeah, like the like dead guy like hanging in the limbs.
And I give you like a sympathetic look, and I'm like, fucking do you. Don't listen to, and I point to the scroll. Don't listen to this shit. And then I'm also pointing at Les too. Does Les get mad at me kind of like dismissing him, or?
Les doesn't get mad, but you feel like you've pissed something off, and you're not sure what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
I think I'm still on the ground because I just got cold cocked pretty much.
Yeah. You're like jaw's like a little out of whack.
Well, I think I'm actually like on my butt, just like I sat down to try and like get my vision back because it's kind of. I call over to Les and like ask Sarah who the fuck they were.
He like listens to the door. He like listens to the doorknob. He's like, shamans. They're shamans. They're friends. They're good. They're not going to kill us if we tell them to
all
shamans are. Yeah, I think we say that at the exact same time.
Yeah. You just both turn to him.
Yeah.
Well, then we're fucked. And then he just like starts marching over to the other side.
Yeah, like, well, is there anything to know? Here's a question about the setting, and I want to make essentially what would be like a knowledge.
We'll be making this
thing.
up as we go.
Sure. Is there a way that shamans denote territory, or like?
I don't know. Like maybe
is there a way we would know we're trespassing or they're trespassing or anything like that? Right? Like, is there a way for us to know that?
I think there's two different things, right? There's like the
or
yes.
should I say yes and explain it and just keep going?
Either way, there's like two sort of things. There's like shaman territory doesn't exist because the government, like the colonial government, says it doesn't exist.
Sure.
Like the colonial government claims the planet.
Yeah.
But there's also the people leave the colony, and there are like disparate groups. And like if we're specifically talking about shamans, it stands to reason that considering you just experienced like a weird timey event, probably you're like somewhere you're not supposed to be, or somewhere you're supposed to be, maybe could be the case. And they're just not sure you're you. Shamans are weird. Magic is bullshit. Everything is death.
If they're shamans, would they know what jam their guns?
Yeah, totally.
I think, like, after all of this, Yolandi's had enough.
Yeah.
And she starts, similarly to before, just, like, hands on hips, just marching towards...
Angry face march.
Angry face march, exactly. Towards where they're at. Hand not very far from her gun, but she doesn't need it necessarily. When she's like, "You goddamn sons of bitches, what the fuck were you even thinking shooting at us? This is supposed to be my area. How the hell did you set up here? It was only..." and she's like going off because like she was out here before, like, maybe or earlier today or late last night or something.
Yeah,
and
like last
whatever
night,
they've
totally
managed
here.
to set up has been since she was here last, and she's feeling like almost violated that they've taken her space and like made it into their own, and so she's just like raging at them.
Yeah. I think like yeah, I think like a really like young, hard to tell exactly what their gender is because they're like caked in mud and like plant matter and stuff. Like crawls out of one of the lean-tos holding like a giant gun. They're maybe like 10.
The fuck are you, so... Little kid? The hell?
Wait.
Are they? Do they have other things that would denote them as a hunter? Like I'm trying to see
No,
if they're
no,
hunters.
this person is like not wearing pants. Like they're like
Or they
wearing
just have
like
a bunch of guns
leaves.
and stuff.
She's just holding a gun, like a giant gun, and then you see a couple people behind her dressed similarly, and they have weapons. Not all of them are firearms.
Yeah.
And who the hell do you think you all are?
The little kid like walks up to you.
Glares. Looks could kill.
They like extend.
Not
that
quite
hand.
enough that I actually put any magic behind it to actually
Well,
kill with a
thank
look,
you.
which
Thank
I
you for
could.
clarifying. I was about
Just-
to make you roll deaf. They like reach a hand up to like shake yours.
Glare.
It's like covered in like mud and like weird like megafauna blood or whatever.
Glare. That's it.
Is there any way we can get them to talk about like what their purpose is and what they're doing?
Yeah. I mean, just ask them
Okay.
and don't be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck were you doing
Okay,
here?
so obviously, okay, yeah, so obviously Yolandi's like bad cop and I'll be good cop and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
so my
that's-
friend's trying to say here is, what's going on? Look, if we're trespassing, we'll leave. We didn't know.
the child like looks at you and is like, "You all are fine. You're supposed to be here."
Great. Then would you mind
Sarah
telling us
set it
what's
up,
going
and
on?
she like points. They like point at the doorknob.
Squint at the doorknob.
Then would you
Bob
mind
is
telling us?
amused by this whole situation. He's just like, "This is funny." So, she points at the doorknob. Told us that good people would be here, but be careful because there might also be bad people. So we came. And then like I think like Les like looks at her and you realize they look like really similar. Will looks at them and realize they look like really similar, and Les just like shrugs and like proceeds to like walk over and like sit down by the fire pit next to one of these lean-tos, and it's just like whatever. I don't care.
Sorry I
I'm
killed
here.
that asshole friend of yours.
It's okay. We can bring him back.
I think
I nervously laugh like, oh, but you can bring him back, of course.
And then another guy like walks over there and like starts like climbing the tree to pull his friend who's been impaled up like 10 feet out
and
of
like
said tree.
it's not going to be him, but they can bring one of him back.
That would be the theory, I think.
Mm-hmm. Seems sound. You wonder why your gun's jammed?
Oh yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
She like taps. They like tap the side of their head. You're smart.
They could, like,
I like
tap the
you.
other- They could tap the other side of their head and like, that's how you can bring him back.
I like you.
I don't care for you.
That's totally
Wow.
fine.
Yeah, me neither.
Why are you guys
That's
so
totally
rude?
fine. That hurts me.
You're too nice, man. We're colonial.
She's like, I'm okay with the nice person not liking me. The mean person better like me, otherwise they're actually just being mean.
do you say that like we're being mean, like in game?
Yeah, like
like-
come on. Easy, take it easy.
And then I think like an adult walks over and like sort of like ushers the kid away. And then like Les, for whatever reason, stands up and like his posture is like totally changed, and he like walks over to you guys. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm Sarah.
Of course. Nice to meet
Sorry.
Look at the doorknob.
Yeah.
It's like,
So,
you. Could have been a little more clear.
well, that would have been confusing.
Of course it would have been.
It all worked out.
so you told us to duck before you shot at us?
No, I told you to duck before they shot at you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, I think
Order of
Yolandi
operations is important.
like pats pats you on the shoulder, is like, he's got her inside of him. She's a doorknob. Sort of.
Well, Emma,
Close enough. He's already
Fine.
confused.
extra-dimensional entity, but yeah. For simplicity's sake, I'm a doorknob.
Right.
I think it was, hey, yeah.
Like what?
I mean, extra-dimensionality, but for simplicity's sake, just call me a doorknob.
Makes sense to Yolandi.
I'm gonna go full snark and just like switch my virtual instrument to a harpsichord and start playing the harpsichord on my virtual piano, and just like, okay, are we gonna spend just like with the music, saying nothing else? Okay, are we gonna spend forever here, or like what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
move it along, quit arguing with each other, and just let's do it.
Well, time and reality are weird. We could spend forever here and no time here at all. It's really quite fun.
I think I give a look of like appreciativeness, because like this is what I felt back.
This
when
is
I
how my
figured-
brain works.
Yeah, because like I don't see things sequentially anymore. They're all stacked infinitely. Every second is an infinity on top of each other. Like time doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
And to me, time does matter because
Yeah, you must feel
if,
that at
if my
ease.
time just intermingled with itself, then it would just sound like noise and chaos and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be-
The linearity of time creates structure for you where it's
Yeah.
liberating for Shale. So, simply put, there's a problem. The planet
Okay.
is sick, and I need a bunch of people to help me fix it.
That's a bit of a problem. What happened?
People showed up. Weird
People.
things happen.
People like people, or people like you people.
People
People
like us
like-
people.
People like sacks of meat and bones. Those kind of people.
No, people.
People. Well, personhood is subjective.
True.
It's alright, Sarah, I understand.
Thank you. Like waves to Bob. It's like, we've talked before. He's nice. So, the planet is sick, and we need to fix it. Do you want to help me?
How?
It's complicated. It has a lot to do with quantum realities and microcosms of space-time and
How?
Then we should get to it.
okay. We gotta go find the linchpin. I think I know where it is. Come on. And then Les comes back and his posture returns to normal and he just looks down at the doorknob and is like, ask next time, and then just starts walking off in a random direction expecting you to follow.
Let's go.
Yeah, I guess so.
You guys don't actually have to follow him.
I want to follow him.
Mhm.
Lich King. Um,
I think I asked Jem for like
Yeah.
for some of the trail mix. It's like I'm hurting. Can I have a handful of trail mix?
Yeah, I totally give you a nice big old bag of trail mix that I made myself.
yeah.
I think
You
it's like
probably like bent over and just grew it.
yeah, it's just like seeds and nuts and stuff that just like.
Nope. I don't know if you actually did that.
No, I don't like to eat magically grown things.
I don't like to eat magically grown.
Let other people eat magically grown things.
Yeah.
So you just grow a bunch of magically grown stuff. You just don't eat anything you grow. That's interesting.
Man, organic.
Well, what I mean is, I don't grow I will grow the plant, but I don't want to grow the fruit. I want the plant to it.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a very reasonable stance to take. Very.
I can never get the taste right, so that's the.
You don't just make. I can't just make fruit. Fruit has to happen.
And that's and because I'm so pernicious and I'm so like this is set in my ways about it. That's why I'm grow boy, because that's you're like this fucking guy. Just make me a tomato sandwich. Like I don't
Just grow me a goddamn sandwich.
Calm down.
It's a bit of a tangent, but Eric, what did it look like when you found out the stuff you grew didn't taste right? Did like what was that moment?
Was it? Why do I imagine it was just like maddeningly small, and you just like there's just something about it. It's like the love's not there or whatever.
I could like make meat, but it only come out well done.
It's like the masterful. It's perfect. You're like the masterful chef that could never enjoy like a store-bought cookie ever again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
So as we follow this guy, it's a good time to take a break.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Brilliant. Let me remember how to change scenes